I get stopped for photos every time I'm online for the Snow White ride, and I have to pretend like, oh God, oh crazy that we're in front of this.
Every time I'm online for the Snow White ride, it feels like a moment of magic. Everyone's stopping for photos, and I'm just soaking it all in. It's truly surreal being right here in front of something so iconic. Hollywood is buzzing, with excitement over the Snow White showdown like never before. Rachel Zegler, Disney's modernized Snow White, has stirred up some interesting debates by reimagining the classic from 1937, while Brett Cooper, a rising YouTube star-turned-actress, is winning hearts with her nostalgic and faithful portrayal in a competing production. Their distinct approaches have sparked a lively cultural conversation, and the question on everyone's mind is, will the charm of tradition or the excitement of reinvention win the hearts of audiences?
And on the ride in Disney World, which was called Snow White's Scary Adventures, doesn't sound like something a little kid would like, was terrified of it.
A Tale of Two Snow Whites, a celebration of classic and modern magic. It's an exciting time for Snow White fans. We are witnessing not just one, but two fresh takes on this beloved fairy tale, each bringing its own unique magic to the screen. On one side, we have Rachel Zegler, the talented rising star leading Disney's bold reimagining of Snow White. On the other, Brett Cooper, the dynamic and charismatic YouTuber-turned-actress, who is stepping into the role in the Daily Wire's nostalgic tribute to the classic story. And honestly, it's fascinating to watch how both versions have sparked excitement, passion, and endless discussions. Let's start with Rachel Zegler's Snow White. When Disney announced Zegler as their modern princess, fans were intrigued. She's incredibly talented, charismatic, and brings a fresh energy to the role. Plus, with Greta Gerwig, yes, the mastermind behind Lady Bird and Barbie, involved in the script, expectations were sky high. It felt like this could be a magical revival of one of Disney's most treasured stories. But every great story has its plot twists. Some of Zegler's takes on the original 1937 classic, describing it as outdated and creepy, didn't sit well with longtime fans. Many people cherished the original's timeless romance and whimsical charm, and they weren't ready to see it transformed into something entirely different. However, Disney's version aims to give Snow White a strong, independent leadership role, reflecting modern storytelling values, a move that some viewers are excited to see. On the other side of the fairy tale spectrum is Brett Cooper's Snow White, which embraces everything nostalgic and traditional about the story. Produced by the Daily Wire, this version celebrates the classic fairy tale magic, romance, and music that made Snow White so iconic in the first place. Cooper, who has gained a massive following online for her relatable and confident personality, is bringing a refreshing take that stays true to the roots of the original. Fans who grew up loving Snow White are thrilled to see a version that honors the charm and romance of the classic story, and let's talk about the reaction from fans. While Zegler's modernized take has stirred mixed opinions, Cooper's version has been met with enthusiasm from those longing for a return to fairy tale nostalgia. The internet is buzzing with comparisons, with fans passionately discussing which version captures the true spirit of Snow White. Social media platforms like TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram are flooded with memes, reviews, and excitement as audiences weigh in on their favorite adaptation. At the end of the day, both versions bring something unique and exciting to the table. Whether you're looking forward to Disney's bold new take or Cooper's tribute to the past, one thing is clear: Snow White's magic is alive and well in 2024. So, which version are you most excited for? Let's celebrate the joy of storytelling and the magic of fairy tales together. Brett Cooper's Snow White has become more than just another casting choice. It's a cultural moment. Fans aren't just excited about her performance, they're embracing what she represents at a time when Hollywood is undergoing a shift in storytelling. Cooper's portrayal feels like a heartfelt tribute to the timeless magic of the original, bringing back the innocence, kindness, and charm that made Snow White a beloved classic for generations. Message, 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 what makes Cooper's take stand out is her commitment to staying true to the original fairy tale, a quality that has deeply resonated with audiences. While Rachel Zegler's modernized Snow White highlights independence and leadership, Cooper's version leans into the timeless values of humility, love, and kindness. For many fans, this feels like a much-needed return to the essence of classic Storytelling, one that evokes a deep sense of nostalgia and reminds them why these stories became so iconic in the first place. The enthusiasm surrounding Cooper's Snow White isn't just about one film. It reflects a larger conversation happening in Hollywood today. As studios experiment with modernizing beloved tales, many audiences find themselves drawn to stories that celebrate tradition and legacy. The Daily Wire's approach with Cooper is a bold statement, offering a version that fully embraces the charm and romance of the original. This creative contrast is also playing out on a bigger stage. While Disney has been redefining classic narratives, to align with contemporary themes, the Daily Wire is taking a different path, leaning into nostalgia and traditional storytelling. Both approaches come with their challenges. Disney's reinvention strategy must balance the expectations of longtime fans with the need to attract new audiences, while the Daily Wire faces the pressure of competing in an industry dominated by major studios. Ultimately, both versions of Snow White are adding something unique to the conversation, and it's fascinating to see how different audiences are responding. Whether you're excited about a fresh, modern take or drawn to a faithful, classic retelling, one thing is clear: this fairy tale is far from losing its magic. What are your thoughts on these two Snow White adaptations? Which version speaks to you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below and let us know what you'd love to see next.